So long as music exists, Weird Al will always be there to make it more fun for everyone. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, was released in 2022, brand new comedy music biopic directed by Eric Apple, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Rainn Wilson, and Evan Rachel Wood. And I'm a huge Weird Al fan. I always have been for as long as I can remember. I've got all the albums I have of him back behind me. Still trying to get all of them. And I really enjoy the music biopic genre to give us a little insight into the life of some of these musical legends. So when I heard that Weird Al was producing a biopic about himself with Daniel Radcliffe handpicked by him to play himself, I was intrigued. And when I found out it was a Roku original, I'm like, why? It should be a theatrical release. But yeah, without further rambling, here's my review for Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. Starting off with the good, and there's a lot that I love about this movie. First of all, Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al, absolutely terrific. I had some worries going into this movie because I love Daniel Radcliffe, but I felt like I just would have been watching Harry Potter with an afro wig and a mustache. But I was very pleasantly surprised at how much he accurately portrayed the look and style of Weird Al and even got his trademark voice down. And he just did an absolutely terrific job. He's absolutely hilarious in the role. And before I get too far into this is not an actual biopic. This is a parody of biopics, much like Weird Al made a career parodying popular songs. This movie is a parody of a popular film genre. So, yeah, I absolutely love Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. Then you have Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento. I love Rainn Wilson. I love it when he shows up in something. And he was absolutely hilarious in this movie. I loved him, and I really loved his chemistry with Daniel Radcliffe. It felt like a father-son dynamic, which was really what they were going for, because there's even a joke about that near the end of the movie. But I really loved him. And then you have Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna in this movie, who is a very fictionalized version of Madonna, mind you. She did a great job as well. I really loved her chemistry with Daniel Radcliffe as well, and the fictionalized rivalry that grows between them about halfway through the movie. It was really funny, and how it all pays off at the end. Again, fictionalized, but absolutely hilarious because, you know, Weird Al he loves parodying stuff like this. And then aside from those three, you got a lot of other actors who appear in this movie. You got Jack Black, David Dastmalchian, Toby Huss. Weird Al himself actually appears in this movie, which, funny thing, when I first saw him, I thought he was Bruce Campbell because I'm used to Weird Al with the long flowing hair, and he was wearing a short-haired wig, and I'm like, is that Bruce Campbell? No, that is Weird Al. Weird Al with short hair looks like Bruce Campbell. Or maybe Bruce Campbell looks like Weird Al with short hair. Are they the same person? I don't know. You get a lot of fun cameos, and also you get a lot of funny scenes. The humor just works for me because, like I said, huge Weird Al fan. His trademark humor has just always worked for me as a fan of his. And the humor in this movie is much like his trademark humor from his music, so it all worked for me. Then you have the story of this movie. I don't know how much of it was actually fictionalized and how much actually happened, but I did really enjoy just watching everything put together. Like I said, don't know how much was fictionalized, don't know how much was real. I'm not very familiar with Weird Al's actual life, but still, it was funny to watch it. There's some things that were obvious it was fictionalized, like the way it ended. It was absolutely hilarious because it parodies those traditional fade to black, and then words show you what happened after that fade to black. It parodies that, and there's even a song in the credits, completely original by Weird Al, which according to the song, is technically eligible for Oscar consideration. And Honestly, it would be hilarious if it got nominated. It would be even more hilarious if it won. But yeah, absolutely hilarious movie. And also, Daniel Radcliffe grew his own mustache for this movie. Didn't know that until I saw an interview with him and Weird Al on one of those late night talk shows. But yeah, that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And I don't really have anything bad with this movie. I've seen some people point some stuff out, but I can't fault this movie whatsoever. It's an absolutely hilarious look into the mind of Weird Al. I feel like this is way more of a look at how Weird Al's mind works than an actual look at his life. But I thought it was terrific. So on to the final thoughts. Loved it. I really hope it gets a Blu-ray release. I know that it's a Roku original, but I'd love to own it on Blu-ray. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. Fun little comedy spoof of the music biopic genre. And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that was my review for Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. Have you seen this movie yet? What do you think about it? If you have seen it. And if you have not seen it, what's your favorite Weird Al song? I'd love to hear from you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.